يعطيكم العافية شباب صبايا. Today's activity is about the reproduction of oviparous organisms. What are oviparous organisms? They are organisms with the development of the embryo which takes place inside an egg. So outside the female's body, inside an egg. So as you can see here, the development of embryos takes place inside the eggs, and here you can see the development of embryos also takes place inside the eggs, and here also the development of the embryos takes place inside the egg. So the difference between oviparous organisms and viviparous organisms is the location of the development of the embryos. And if we want to talk about the fertilization of oviparous organisms, you can see that there are two types of fertilization: the internal fertilization and external fertilization. So if for example عم نحكي عن turtles, السنيكس، عن البيردز، عن الدوكس، عم تحكي عن any kind of birds، حيلا نوع من انواع الطيور. اذا عم نحكي عن مثلا lizard، قلنا turtle، snake، هو كلياتهم the عنا ال fertilization is takes place inside the female's body، وعنا ال mating is required. يعني as you can see here, the transfer of the semen from the male into the female, which indicates that fertilization takes place inside the female's body, and in this case we have internal fertilization. But in the case of but in the case of fish or frogs, you can see here that the male fish are releasing the sperm or the semen inside the water, and at the same time the female fish are releasing the ova inside the water. So the fertilization takes place inside the water or outside the female's body, not inside the female's body. So fertilization عند ال oviparous بدها تكون, it can be either internal fertilization or external fertilization. It can be either internal fertilization or external fertilization. فإذا عم بتشوفوا إنه عند الأوفيبارس ممكن تكون internal، ممكن تكون external fertilization، يعني union of the sperm and the ovum. عم بتكون union of the sperm and ovum takes place maybe inside the female's body, maybe outside the female's body اللي هي بتكون in water. As you can see here, the two examples, the fish and frogs. هلا let's talk about the steps of fertilization and formation of the egg in birds. هيدي just for reading. أول شي we have the first event that we have هو mating. After mating, the sperm moves in the female reproductive system to reach the yellow part which contains the ovum. فإذا عم بيكون عنا release of the sperm here، حيبلش يعمل movement السبرم cells till reaching here. فإذا this is the yellow body بقلبه ovum. حيعملوا fertilization، حتعمل one sperm fertilization with this ovum okay to give a fertilized egg. بعدين هيدي ال yellow body حيعمل movement، بعدين it will be surrounded by the white body. شفنا كان yellow، وبقلبه هون fertilized egg، حيصير بقلبه yellow fertilized egg مع white body، و at the end بصير في formation of the egg shell، وبعدين بصير في بتبيض ال eggs. So as you can see here, the fertilization takes place inside the female's body. هون it's an internal fertilization، هيدا نوع من الانترنال، لأنه union of the sperm and the ovum takes place here in the female's body. Here it's very important to know the constituents of an egg. عم نشوف عنا the shell membrane، هيدا هو الشell membrane، وعم نشوف عنا الاك شال، وعم نشوف هيدي this is the egg shell اللي برا عندي shell membrane جوا، هيدي بقلبها egg shell بقلبها calcium هو important for the development of bones للإمبريو. And also the egg shell is permeable to water and air, so water can enter or leave, and also the oxygen can enter and carbon dioxide can leave. فإذا بقلبها small pores it's porous يعني بقلبها pores هيك مفتوحين، ما we cannot see them by our naked eyes, but now we need a microscope to see them. حنشوف إنه it's permeable for oxygen and carbon dioxide in order to تنأمن يعني the respiration of the embryo. Here you can see the white egg. شو بقلبها الوايت egg؟ بقلبها water, proteins and minerals. هون the germinal disc or the embryo. The embryo is located here, which came from the fertilization or the union between a sperm and an ovum. Here this part اللي هي اليolk or the yellow part is made up of proteins and lipids. And here we have an air chamber to resist the pressure in case وقعت البيضة أو تشقلبت أو شي، يعني حتقدر تحميها قد ما فيها يعني. فإذا main constituents هن proteins, minerals, water, calcium. فإذا هول هن المين nutrients are important for the development of the embryo. Here you can see during the incubation of the chicken to its eggs عم نشوف إنه the quantity of yellow part and white part is decreasing، عم بتخف، and the formation of the body عم ببين. فإذا nutrients are transforming into a chick. هيدا we can solve this exercise لحتى نفهم أكتر more details about the development of the embryo. فإذا to determine a factor important for the growth of the embryo of Oviparous, we measure the quantity of nutrients and the mass of embryo as function of time. فإذا the aim of this exercise، هدفه هيدا الexercise إنه نعرف factor مهم للgrowth of the embryo of Oviparous. شو هو العنصر المهم؟ This is the problem. يعني ليش الواحد بده يعمل research، ليش الواحد بده يشتغل in the lab؟ هيدا ال aim of this exercise هو to know an important factor for the development of the embryo of Oviparous, and don't forget to put a question mark. draw the graph نحن تعلمنا بالصف كيف نشتغلهم. To determine a factor important, analyze the obtained results. During this analysis just we want to talk about T0 and T3. فإذا after T3 okay, the quantity of nutrients in the egg decreases from 4 to 1 AU, while the mass of the embryo increases from 0 to 3 AU. فإذا مثل ما عم بتشوفوا after the time of incubation عم بصير عنا الماس of nutrients عم بتقل، وعم بزيد مقابلها الماس of the embryo. يعني الصوص عم ينعمل له formation والnutrients عم بتخف. فإذا الكونكلوجن شو هو الامبورتنت فاكتور للجروث اوف ذا امبريو؟ مين خلى الامبريو يكبر؟ الامبريو عم يكبر وزنه وعم بتخف مين؟ nutrients. فإذا النيوترينتس هن important factor للdevelopment of the embryo. Hence nutrients are the important factor for the development of the embryo of oviparous organisms. List some nutrients present in the egg of oviparous. Proteins, lipids, mineral salts, and water are some nutrients present in the egg of oviparous. This is the last slide that we have in this activity. This is a table which shows the difference or two differences between oviparous and viviparous organisms. فإذا الviviparous عندهم development of the embryo takes place inside the female's body لأنه عندها pregnancy بصير development للإمبريو بقلب بطن أمه. بينما الأوفيبارس الإمبريو grows inside an egg بيكبر بقلب الأج. هون عند الفيفيبارس always the fertilization is internal inside the female's body. بينما عند الأوفيبارس we have يعني two types. It can be either internal or external depending on the species أو depending on the type of the animal.